right, welcome to HIIT Chaos. So what you're going to need for this particular class is basically just your own body weight, which is really nice. We're not going to be using any equipment at all. Preferably something, comfortable tennis shoes is a really, really good place, and make sure you got at least 6 feet of space around you as we get started here. I'll give you a lay of the land as far as how this class is going to go so you know what to anticipate. Again, this is a mini class, so it's a condensed version of what I do on the regular basis. So as we get into this, we're going to do a very short warm-up, just kind of get our joints tracking properly and get into our bodies, and then we're going to thrust it up. We're going to get really, really into that heart rate, high intensity threshold for our first cardio section. It's basically comprised of 3 base exercises that I'll show you. We're going to do them at a 40-20 time ratio. So 40 minutes of hard work and then 40 seconds of hard work. Wouldn't that be a fun class? And 20 seconds of rest continuously. So we go exercise A, B, C. We're going to do that 3 times through. A, B, C, A, B, C. So a total of 9 minutes of work at the 40-20 ratio. I'll be showing modifications that you can choose to take or leave. If you want to do just the base exercises the entire way through, that's totally fine, because in this class, it's really more about the heart rate threshold than it is about the exercise itself. So remember that you're trying to prioritize how hard you are working over just trying to come up with creative exercises, okay? So I'll show you options just to keep it interesting, but remember, they're always optional, okay? And work at the level that feels good to you, okay? After we finish the cardio section, we're gonna do a strength-based section where the timing is gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be 50 seconds for a 10-second rest, roughly about 10 seconds. It'll change every so often. And there's going to be 2 base exercises. We'll do that 2 times through. So 4 minutes total for the strength section, and then we finish with a big pop. It's going to be going back to those 3 base exercises for your cardio, just boom, 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 at a 50-10 ratio. So 3 minutes of really full thrust work at the very, very end. So save something for the end and just kind of feel your body as we get through this. What I'd like for us to do is start off with just regular squats. So bring your feet right underneath your hips. Make sure your feet are parallel and just start down and up. Now, as we go through this class, I am not going to tell you do 20 of these, do 10 of these, do 15 of these. It is not a rep-based class. This is a timing-based class. So right from the get-go, I don't want you to worry about how fast you go, how slow you go. Right now, we're just kind of feeling the knee joints, the feet joints, everything tracking through the movement. So take a look down at your knees. Make sure that you're not bowing in. Make sure you're not bowing out. Those knees are tracking right over the toes. And make sure you got tons of weight in your heels. We're down here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn this into a double squat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go 1 narrow, 1 wide, 1 narrow, 1 wide. So you're just alternating, keeping low. So notice I'm not coming all the way up, we're staying low. Getting those feet used to some quick changes of direction, right? To make this a little harder, you just go a little bit deeper, a little bit faster, or maybe a little wider. So if you feel like you're not working hard enough, remember those are your tools to keep yourself working at the heart rate threshold we want. Work deeper, work faster, or move bigger, all right? So that's 1. Moving on, we're gonna go into a side lunge. Feet together. Keep your feet parallel as you just side lunge out to the side. Big step out to the side and plant that heel down into the ground. And again, if you wanna work harder, go deeper, go faster, or move bigger, step out wider. We're gonna add a twist. Take it around, touch the hip, bring it back. Around to the hip, bring it back. A couple more times, we'll go to the other side. Planting that heel every time to make sure that your leg is well balanced. 3, 2, and 1, switch to the other side. Find your side lunge on the other side first. So noticing that I'm not dropping my torso, my butt is going down, and I'm planting through the heel. That means that El Junco and El Trunco is the boss here, right? If you're too far forward, it's gonna be too quadricep dominant, and your knee is gonna take the hit. Let's go and add that twist. To the hip, twist across. To the hip, twist across. All right, so right now on a scale of 1 to 10, ask yourself how hard you're working. Are you working at a 10? You might want to taper it down a little bit. Right now you should be at about a 6. This is about the heart rate threshold that you're going to want for the strength section. For the cardio section, we're going to look for an 8 or a 9. So breathing nice and deep, let's go and take it into step back lunges. So shoulders roll back as you plant weight in that back leg. So you're looking for a proposal style lunge. Proposal, right? So you're dropping the knee. Torso stays up rather than forward. You want to stay upright. Let's go and reach the arms up with that back step. swinging back. Breathing and going as fast or as deep as you feel comfortable to maintain that level 6 out of 10. Right after this, we're just going to do a little stretch, and then we're going to get right into that cardio section. So get yourself ready. 3, 2, and 1. Find a wide stance parallel, side reach, and side reach. Release the back. Just a couple of deep breaths here, and then take both arms all the way up to the sides. Drop the tailbone down, and then down again. One more time. Deep breath in, and let it go. All right, so first exercise. This is your first base exercise. You know it already. We've been doing it since the 80s. A jack. So this is the one that you should be bringing your heart rate up to probably an 8 out of 10, right? So you're maxing out, breathing hard. You should not be able to breathe with your mouth closed as you do this. All right, here we go. 40 seconds on. Ready, set, go. So your base exercise. If you work non-impact, you could do step outs. You could also do trip jacks, which is just quick feet out, out, in, out, out, in. Or just stick with the base. So this is called Extreme HIIT Chaos because, keep going, Extreme HIIT Chaos, the chaos portion is because everybody's going to choose the exercise that they like the best. So maybe you're doing trip jacks, and maybe somebody else is doing step outs, somebody else is doing jacks, and I'm going to show you even more variations that you can choose from. So choose what feels right to you, keep it exciting, keep it intense. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, 20 seconds to get into a burpee. A burpee is just from standing, go and step out or jump out. Optional push up, and then get back up. All I care about is a solid plank. So when you get down there, long thigh bones, no piking, right? And you can jump it to transition if you want. Here we go, ready, set, go. Up, down. So here's the jumping version, where you jump your feet out, find that perfect plank. Optional push-up, bring it up. If that's too much for your knees, you could step out, do your push-up, step in. Totally fine. The only thing I care about is that perfect plank. If it slows you down, that's totally fine, but go for perfection. Keep your arms nice and strong, resisting into the floor, but find that, boom, perfect plank every single time. You're almost done. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, we're starting to feel that full throttle. Here's base exercise number 3. It's a skater. So imagine you got a puddle of water. You just want to step over it. How do we make that more aggressive? Make it deeper. Maybe you make it bigger. Maybe you jump over it. It's a big puddle. You can go faster. However you want to, that's your skater. Ready, set, and go. So side to side. So in a skater, you're going to start to feel your core. As you're getting ready to shift directions to the other side, the arm leads the way. Open out, and then your core catches you. Right? So find that timing, but don't overthink it. It's just stepping side, only a little bit deeper, a little bit faster, with a little bit more thrust. So already, you got a couple of different variations that you can choose from. Again, find what feels right to you. You have 5 seconds. 4, 3. Those are your 3 base exercises. Rest. Now we go back to our jacks. Maybe this time we go into power jacks. Here's another variation. It's like you're on Jupiter. Gravity is so much greater. So you're going to squat every time you land. That's called a power jack. So do what you did before or add in the power jack. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. So power jacks. A little bit more work here, right? This would be an example of working deeper, right? We're just taking the regular jack and deepening it out. Could you mix a power jack with a step out? Maybe this was your first round. Maybe you could be here, right? That would be a non-impact power jack. Tons of options, still working off the base, and the heart rate is exactly where we want it. You've got 10 more seconds. So anywhere, wherever you've placed your jacks. You're done in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Burpees. How do we make that more fun? Frogger burpees. So you're going to go into a sumo style squat. As you go down, you're going to thrust your legs back. Boom, boom, and up. Boom, boom. So the frogger burpee, you're in this frog position. You stay low and you shift forward and kick those heels back fast. Ready, set, go. Boom, boom. You could even keep your push-up if you want. But the Frogger stays nice and low, right? And if you don't like it, you've always got the first variation we already did. Any style on a burpee, any style. You have 20 more seconds. Check in with your breathing. We're a couple rounds in. At this point, start to investigate, how are you breathing? Can you breathe a little bit deeper rather than faster? Those quick breaths, those will wear you down a lot quicker. So make sure you're full of air. You're done in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Moving on, we're on to our third base exercise, which was your skater. This one, maybe every time you hop over that puddle, you take a little hop, right? Still that same side, or you could do it off of one leg. Skater hop, okay? Arms help you with a loft. Ready, set, and go. So regular skater, skater hop, or single leg skater hop. Notice my arm coming up from the side. That does help you. If you can time the leg and the arm at the same time, it helps you give you that little bit of air without it being too compressive on your spine. You're almost done. And do you have to jump it? No, you could just go for a rise. You could go really, really low, really, really high. It's like you're a superhero. You're taking off, but you can't decide which leg is your dominant leg. I don't know. Is it this one? Or is it this one? I'm not really sure. I don't know. But either way, you're done in 3, 2, 1, and rest. You have one more round of this cardio. Jacks, burpees, and skaters. Here are some more variations. Your jacks. Power jacks. Non-impact. However you did it. Now you can do 2 legs out, 1 leg in. 2 out, 1 in. Staying low. 2 out, 1 in. Ready, set, and go. Out, in, out. It's like hopscotch. And you can keep it low. Right? So you've got that. You've got power jacks. You've got regular jacks. You've got step out jacks. You've got step out power jacks. You've got trip jacks. You've got tons of options. Choose the one that you want to, but make sure your heart rate should definitely be at an 8 out of 10 right now. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 10 more seconds. Whichever variation you got. Remember, it's the heart rate threshold, not the exercise itself. The exercise itself is the vessel to get you what you want, which is that heart rate. Breathe and rest. Whew. All right, 2 more rounds left to go. You have your burpees. Maybe you could do your burpees on one leg. So up on one leg, jump out, in, and switch. That's a really nice variation. Here we go. Ready, set, go. Up and out. So now you've got a couple of options here. You also have your Frogger burpees. Staying low. Low and gritty. Thrust those legs back. Or do any style of burpee that you want. Even if you're like, okay, I know burpees. I've been doing them for a long time. And you want to do your own one, do it. It's fine. As long as you know how to do it and your joints are safe and you're well aligned, you're good to go. And you got 8 seconds left and only 1 round to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so back to our third base exercise to finish this cardio section out. Skaters. Now we can take the arms overhead and do windmill skaters for your obliques. So if you're going to do this, imagine you're holding the heaviest big flag ever and you want to wave it. If you feel pinching in your low back, ease up. Here we go. Windmill skaters, or skater hop, or regular skater. Any variation. It's yours to play with, it's yours to command, but just keep it safe. Breathe through it. You are almost done. Skater hop. Oh yeah. And jumps, always optional. You don't have to do them. I love that. Because sometimes there are days where you're like jumping. Not today, honey. I know, I get it. 10 more seconds, keep on breathing. See if you can push through. This is the last little bit. Then you get a nice, delicious break. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Okay, so you've made your own decisions the entire way through. You've guided yourself through. We're pretty body aware. And every time you come back to that cardio section, maybe you'll amp it up, throw in some new ideas, whatever you want. It's really yours to make it what you want, but it's the heart rate threshold. That's what guides you. Let's keep that in mind as we go into the strength section. So the first exercise, this one's going to be 50 seconds on for a 10-second rest. That means quick transitions, and you're going to be maintaining that level 6 out of 10 pretty consistently. So 2 rounds, it's going to be 4 minutes long, not too bad. Let me show you the base exercises before we launch this off. First one is going to be a V-sit. So your V-sit is going to be sitting on your butt, either toes down or toes up. From here, we're just going to be, if your toes up, you're going to be doing toe taps. If you want to make this harder for your abs, reach further, out, out. Trying to maintain your balance. If that's too much, or if your hip flexors are hurting, you can go here and just kind of lift one leg at a time. That's totally fine, all right? The second exercise we're going to do is a push-up to a T-stand. So your push-ups for this one, the elbows are going to go out. Sometimes we do chaturanga-style elbows in. This one is going to go out. So start with your plank, hands right underneath your shoulders. And then from here, you go in for one push-up and then rotate onto that T-stand. So it's a side plank on your arms, okay? If that's too much pressure, you can do this on your knees. And then as you go to your T-stand, you just lengthen one leg out. So it's a little less pressure for your arms, and you're able to really push into the floor with that shoulder, okay? Those are your 2. I'll show you some variations along the way, but let's go ahead and start with those 2. 50 seconds on to 10 seconds as we transition. So breathe with me as we do this. Get ready for your V-sit. Remember, it's all about balance. 3, 2, and 1. Start your taps. So with this one, usually the bad habit that shows up is people kind of collapse. They collapse into their abdominals and their hip flexors do all the work, right? This one you want to have a tall back. Chest open as you breathe and as you lose your microphone. Right? And remember, if you want to make it harder, reach longer with your heel. Longer with your heel. The work is in the balance. Make sure that you're breathing, chest open. You got 10 seconds left. Get ready to transition to your push-up to T-stand. You only got 10 seconds to get there. Remember, strong shoulders. Choose if you're going to be on your hands and your knees, and rest and switch. Here we go. Push-up to T-stand. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. Thigh bones are long. Ready, set, and go. Push up, T-stand. Alternating sides. Think long thigh bones as you do this. And remember, if you're on your knees, still you have long thigh bones. You don't want to be here, because otherwise when you switch, you'll be sitting on the floor. So long thigh bones, and then reach one leg out for your T-stand. Almost done. And remember your rules if you want to work harder, deeper, faster, or move bigger. You're done in 2 and 1. Rest. Let's go back to our V-sit. I'll show you a variation as we get started. So, V-sit. You got 2 options here with the kick out. So let's go ahead and start with the base. Press out. Check your form. If you want to, you can add an arm raise up. Just adding that little bit of leverage as you reach back, throws it right onto the abdominals. Oh. Or you could do good old faithful Russian twists. So choose whichever one you want to. Your base is basically that V-sit, trying to keep the chest open. That's the only rule. Other than that, you're just working deep with the exercise that you have prescribed for yourself, right? Whichever one that is. Whichever one. You're almost done. You got 10 seconds left. Breathe. See if you can lean back a little bit more like Dracula. It's a tough one. And rest. Push up to T-stand. Now we can do Spider-Man push-ups, which are so cool. So here we go. Let's start with the base. Here we go. And start. Push up to T-stand. Okay, you can keep that going if you want to, or you can do Spider-Man push-ups, which is the knee travels out to the elbow. Back up. It's one-legged push-up, but that knee is going wide into the side. Takes a lot more core. So that Spider-Man push-up goes wide. You're trying to tap your elbow to your knee if you can, right? You have 20 seconds left. or you're still here, whichever one you want. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Remember, this one is the one where the breathing starts to kind of get a little bit tighter. So breathe through it and rest. Whew. All right. That was your strength section. So moving into the final section, which is your chaos. You have 3 minutes of work. Now you have some deciding to do. So we're going to do 3 exercises, which equal your base exercises from the cardio section. So you had your jacks, you had your burpees, and you had your skaters. Now before we get started, I don't want there to be any questions while we're doing it. I want you to know exactly what you're going to demand of yourself to close this class out. You can either do any of those jacks, any variation that we did, the 2 out, 1 in, the power jacks, any style of jack. Which one are you going to do? Decide now. All right, now, which burpee? You had your standard, push-ups or no push-ups. You had your frogger, kickback. You also had your one-legged version, so out. Alternating legs, obviously. And then you had your last one. So which one are you going to do for your burpees? Make that decision now. Now we go on to skaters. Jumping over the puddle. Optional jumps, going lower, deeper, whatever that was for you. You had your hops, and you had your windmill skaters. So which of those are you going to choose for your skaters? You're doing 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 3 more rounds. That's 3 minutes of work straight. Here we go. Ready? Jacks are first. Ready? I'm going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Start it out. So whatever jack you're going to do, and you can even change it halfway through if you want to. I'm going to do power jacks. I love those because they go right to the point. You feel it right in your thighs. My power jack people, make sure that your heels are still sticking that weight so you're still working from the back of the house. Remember, if you're doing it too much in the toes, it's going to be harder on your knees. Seconds. Set your breathing up now. And remember, if you need to ease up halfway through and take something out, that's totally allowed. As long as you're still at your 8 or 9 out of 10, you're good to go. Start thinking about your burpees. They're next in 4, 3, 2, 10-second rest. Let go of any tension. Set yourself up for your burpee. 5, 4, 3, 2, and I'm going to do froggers. Go for it. Keep on going, keep on going. Remember, what was the one cue that I had for your burpees? What was the one thing that I cared about? It was about those long thigh bones. They exist in all the variations that I showed you, right? So you want to make sure your plank, super, super long. No piking. Shooting out. And remember that push-up was optional. If you're going to do that push-up, keep that tension out of your shoulders. Breathe through it. You got this. You're almost done. Start thinking about your last base exercise. The last minute of work is coming up. In 3, 2, rest. Last one, skaters. Which one were you going to do? You should know. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Go for it. Side to side. And then start to work a little bit deeper, a little bit bigger. Go for whichever variation you were going to. Whichever one it was. I'm going to do windmill skaters. I like it because I can feel it right through my sides. You feel that that happens? That's your transverse abdominals and your obliques locking in. Waving that big flag. You're almost done. Push it through the ceiling. Push it all the way. Whatever you got left. 5, 4, 3, 2, holy crap, and let it go. Take a second and breathe. Investigate the body head to toe. Are you holding on to tension someplace where you don't need it anymore? Your neck, your throat, your shoulders. And then from here, let's cool down. Easy twists. Piece of cake, right? And then from here, let's go into side-to-side reaches. This is a perfect opportunity for you to really feel what's going on in your low back. Sometimes with all those exercises, especially high-impact ones, the low back loves to get a lot of tension. So release it while the muscles are still warm, so you're not carrying it around with you for the rest of your day. Then from here, we're going to take palms, push forward and tuck the chin, belly back. Hands go behind you, open the chest. So profile, that looks like this. Curve, latch the hands, and arch. Releasing the shoulders. Now one more time, curve the spine, deep in. And open it out. Good. Take it down to a runner's stretch. So one leg all the way back. Give yourself a breath here. And then from here, I want you to lift the arm that is furthest away from your phone or laptop or whatever, so you're facing away from me. Open and twist. So you should be twisting towards the front leg. And then go and swing it around to the other side. Runner's stretch. Long, long thigh bone back. Continuing to breathe a little bit deeper to bring the heart rate down. And then add that twist. Same arm as the front leg, reaches up. And bring it down, come back up to standing. Last one's for your inner thighs, all that lateral movement. Let's go and get those inner thighs. So toes go out, knees go out, and your hands are gonna push your knees back as you lean forward. So it's an inner thigh stretch. Take a second and breathe, let everything settle. And if you can, drop one shoulder at a time. Just easy, easy twisting of the upper back. All right, take one more deep breath in. And let it go. That is all that I have for you. Thanks for having HIIT Chaos with me. Hopefully I'll see you in class sometime soon. Thanks. Hey, did you enjoy class? I hope so. So if you're interested in taking more classes with me, there's tons of ways to sign up. So to get yourself into class, all you gotta do is decide if you want to do a membership or if you want to do class by class. If you want to go class by class, you just buy 5 class pass, 10 class pass, 20 class pass, however you want, or you can opt to be a member. There are 2 types of membership. You can either be a full access member where you get access to everything, all the classes on demand anytime, plus the full video library of constantly updated classes. I record every class I do every week and you'll have access to take those classes anytime you want. We also have the video only membership, which gives you the option to have access to that full library without going to the full throttle membership. Now that's for people who might have more unpredictable schedules or maybe the class times don't work for you. That option is available to you as well. Plus with membership, you also get access to full discounts, you get access to a lot of giveaways, tons of options with memberships. And you can choose from a huge variety of class types, from flexibility training classes like flowing flexibility, foam roll, all the way to strength conditioning, bar classes, ballotone classes, or some of the high intensity interval training like HIIT, Tabata. All that stuff is available to you. And just by having an active pass of any kind, either a membership or a class pass, you have access to an updated library of classes the whole time, whenever you want. And just by participating, you get to be a part of the rewards program, which is points that go directly towards dollars, which you can put towards free fitness gear, free classes, special events, membership payments, all kinds of stuff. So points equals dollars. You get points just simply by taking class, by being there, by showing up, by helping share on social media the things that you did with Ken Scott Fitness. Tons of ways to get points, tons of ways to spend them. Super, super fun, and it's super engaging as well. So I hope you like what you saw, and if you ever have any questions, you can reach out to me at ken@kenscottfitness.com. I'd love to hear from you, and hopefully I'll see you in class.